Have you ever wondered what it would be like to play 10 hours of Junkrat? I did. So here's what I learned.
Plenty of bombs to go around. G'day, mate. This'll tickle their bitties.
See, I thought Junkrat took no skill. It was just purely just pushing buttons. But playing 10 hours with this character made me realize it's more than just clicking his grenade launcher.
Don't tell anyone. Look like they were just playing.
My barrier is gone.
Can't wait. Fly, my little friend. I need healing.
You see, while Junkrat is the one of, if not the most easiest characters to play, he has some stuff you have to do that takes skills, which I learned the hard way by not doing this. So this first game you're going to see is the beginning of it, then the next game you see me playing is going to be in the middle, and the very end will be the last game I played. And this video is going to be a little weird, just because I didn't know what I was doing. Next time I do one of these, which I'm working on right now, be a lot better, so sorry, but yeah.
Oh, did a bomb get ya? Fire in the hole!
The payload has been secured.
Rolled over!
The air cold. Better up high, isn't it?
If Mum could see me now!
I'm moving the payload. Feel free to
They're
join me.
numerically superior! Yikes!
So, what is it that makes Junkrat so easy that a 3-year-old can pick up the controller and drop people? And what makes him so difficult that even pros have hard times? He's a weird character. He's in the middle. He's got 200 health, he's got a grenade launcher, and then he's got landmines he throws and a trap. So with his grenade launcher, it's a projectile weapon, so it falls down, which is probably the best quality of him. Because this means you can shoot with some curves and hit directly on the head, which allows you to instant kill most people. So while many players who play Junkrat are shooting at the ground or shooting around hip, mid, center of the screen like I am in this first game, that's the basics of it, which means you're just going in front, which still does damage, very effective, but it's not the best way to play him.
This'll tickle their joints.
Safety in numbers.
Oh, cheers. Fire in the hole!
Rocket barrage incoming.
Pushing the payload.
What a lot! Don't tell anyone!
So what is the best way to play him? So through my experience, I didn't really die a lot. The most deaths I've ever had in a single game was 10, which to a lot of like pro players are gonna be like 10 deaths, damn, you suck. And to people that just start out 10, how do you do so well? And this was just throughout my entire challenges because he's not a hard character to play, but he's not simple. So the best way to play him is with 3 things I found out that I'll tell later in the game. But everything I did in the first game was just off all the way. From my aiming, my landmine placement, my traps, everything was just bad. Did I do pretty good? Yes. But I'd say in the first game was just straight up just me acting like any person would the second they get the game. Just picking a player and just shooting his gun and hoping for the best. That's how I played the Junkrat in the first game.
Don't tell anyone.
Moira by your side.
And rubber. Ooh, can't wait. I'm just like you, rocket lady. Daddy out of here.
When Junkrat uses his ultimate, he kills maybe one person, multiple if he's lucky. So what I've learned from playing him is when you use his ultimate, it's very, I guess, not simple, but it's not effective either. When you use his ultimate, you have 10 seconds to find and kill as many people as you can. And while most of the time you won't get like a 5-player kills or 3 or 2, you'll get maybe 1. The reason a lot of Junkrat players only kill one person is because they're either A, running out of time, or they found a player and they said, I'm going to use it now. So the next time you die because a Junkrat tire comes wheeling in and kills you, don't think of it as, oh, he used his ultimate to kill just me. Think of it as, I'm the only player he could find. Because 9 out of 10 times, when a Junkrat player kills one person, it's because you're the only player he found in the given time of his ultimate. Within 10 seconds, he found just you.
And so I proceeded directly to a kill streak.
Defeat.
Here I'm just gonna go over some of like my stats I have with Junkrat, just because I messed up on doing this because I've never done this type of recording before, this type of video. So the next time you guys see one of these videos from me, it will be different and hopefully a lot better, and you'll enjoy a lot more. But when I was playing Junkrat, like the best I've ever did was in a game where I got 35 kills and died 4 times. And throughout these 3 videos, these 3 main videos that I have, 3 main matches that I've put together in this video, going from the beginning is a match where I did pretty good from just basics, and then the second match where I'm still doing a lot of stuff basically, but this time I'm not flipping and I'm not moving sporadically, I'm more refined. Because that was a big problem as playing Junkrat, is a lot of people just jumping, they're jumping around, they're fucking going insane with their mouse and shooting everywhere, when you need to just take a deep breath and think, what's the curvature of this arc, and shoot it. Because the Junkrat isn't a character where you just shoot the buttons and all goes well. It's a character where you gotta think, will this hit? How far do I need to look up? How close do I have to hit the ground? How many times do I have to shoot to kill his player? More complicated than that. More complicated, you have to think a lot. Which is weird because many people that main Junkrat ain't got no brain cells. So it's weird.
Don't tell anyone. I accept all major currencies.
my little friend.
Symmetra reporting.
Bon voyage! This'll tickle their feet.
Teleporter materialized.
My ultimate's ready.
Initiating defense matrix.
What a love! If Mom could see me now! Right!
Barrier is splintering. Must recharge.
EMP activated.
Things are in order.
Like I was saying in the last part, a lot of people think Junkrat's pretty simple, which don't get me wrong, he's a very simple character, but to play him effectively like I'm able to now is a lot more, because you got to think about the arc of the grenade, how many walls it will bounce off of, you got to think about where to put your traps and your mines and everything like that. So I have essentially 4 secrets, 4 big things that I changed my game to change from going as this person who doesn't do much damage, who doesn't get many kills, to a player that essentially got 35 kills in a game and only a few deaths. So like I was saying, the most deaths I've ever gotten as Junkrat was 10, and then I had 35 kills, and the main thing is what I did was I changed up my gameplay. So first thing I changed with my gameplay, which I'll tell you, is the aim. So I kind of went over this a little bit, is depending if you're Junkrat is a mid-range character. You don't want to be up close in people's faces like I was trying to be. I was trying to get up in people's faces all the time, and that's a bad thing. He's not an up-close player. He's a mid-range. So getting up and close in the enemy's face is a bad thing. You're just going to kill yourself even quicker than being Tracer up against people with miniguns. It's like you're going to die super quick. So you want to stay you don't want to go up close like a Genji or a Tracer, but you don't want to stay back like a Hanzo or a Widowmaker. You want to stay to where you're not as close as a Tracer or close range people like Junker Queen and them, but you don't want to be far back like the snipers, because then you won't be in range to attack. And so the best thing to do is to stay not close but not far range. Also, when you're shooting, you want to make sure that you want to always look up about over people's heads, because then it'll have a nice curve which will hit the top of their heads, dealing the most amount of damage, which doesn't one shot, but it does more amount of damage. If you're in an enclosed building, the best thing to do is shoot the floor so it bounces up the ground and hits them, or shoot directly at them so if it hits their chest or something, it will blow up and deal damage to them. And the best thing to do is if you're in enclosed areas or there's like a hallway, shoot up against the wall so it bounces around. That's the first tip, is the aiming. Once I figured out how to do that, I was doing a lot better with damage and getting kills done.
Halo's a city's up right now.
Don't tell anyone! Nice. 2.5 meters. Almost 3.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Sombra.
Overwatch? You'll never take me alive! Pickle.
Victory.
So we already went over my aiming part, which this is the final this what you guys are watching right now is the final match, which was really funny because their entire team was healers until it changed to having tanks on there. So this one was very irritating and didn't seem as good. But while you're watching this, you guys can clearly see my aim's a lot better, which is a good thing because I'm aiming upwards, because these things, they bounce. So the best thing to do is to have an arc. And we already went over aiming, about how I figured out how to do it. So now we're going to go over his secondary weapon. We're going to go with his mines. So what I've learned is, what I used to do is I used to use them to travel Like in the first game I played, I used them to travel, to get closer and get up and in people's faces, which is bad because Junkrat's a mid-range character. But using them, I also use them to get away or to get up high so I can shoot people from above, which is a good thing because his bombs will then fall down and hit them in the head. But with this is you'll run out of your landmines too fast. So what I found out is the best thing to do is to hold on to them until the end. And what I mean is when people get up close and personal with you, instead of throwing it on the ground and jumping to fly away and get away, throw it at their heads and then set it off. So it'll do a lot of damage because it can almost one-tap players with over 200 health. Like your landmines can almost kill them. So this is the last game I played, and in this game there's a new season, so everything felt weird. And I was using my landmines to get up and around people, which is still a good thing, but the best thing to do is to save them for when you're up close and personal with people. The best thing to do is to hold on to them until you're in a pickle where you need them.
Heroes never die.
We will take this area together.
They've got us outnumbered.
Catch you later.
My ultimate is ready.
With friends like these, who needs other kinds of friends? Fly, my little friend. Oh, much better. Snag. Oh, dear. I owe you one. Point is mine, and you can't click on.
So with our aiming out of the way, with now you know how to aim as Junkrat, and also you know how to use his landmines. There's two things left which we're going to throw together: his ultimate and his trap. We'll go over his trap first. So his trap, it's weird. So if you're going to play attactive like I am, to where you're going in and attacking, you want to stay in that mid-range area so you're doing the most you can do. And what you're going to want to do is use your trap to either, if you're playing aggressive, throw it near an enemy to where they'll walk into it so they get trapped, because when they get trapped it does 100 damage to them instantly, and then it doesn't take more than a few shots to kill them all the way. And so use your trap if you're playing aggressively to hold people still. Throw it in front of them where you think they'll go, so they'll step in it and then they'll be stuck until it breaks, which is usually around 10 seconds. Sometimes, usually 10, it's usually like 5 or 4 seconds. And yeah, so if you're gonna play aggressive, do it like that. But if you're gonna play mid-range or far range where you're just kind of just trying to shoot from a distance and deal damage, best thing to do is use your trap to block off people's movements. So throw it in a corner where you think they might go into, so they might step on it, or throw it where the enemies spawn from, so when they're walking they could get stuck in it. Now the trap is very easy to see, and as you can see, sometimes people walk directly into it, sometimes people don't see it, sometimes people see it instantly and know where it's at. Doesn't matter, because if they break it so they don't step in it, you'll know where they're coming from, so then you can go there and attack. And speaking of his ultimate, because I just used that, the reason I only killed Mercy, and I've talked a little bit about this, is his ult, you have 10 seconds to kill. So you can either save it to where there's like a bunch of people in front of you and use your ultimate, which is probably the best thing to do, or you can use it like me, use it to trying to scare them, but not really. I used my ultimate just to go in and kill as many people as I can kill at a time, but I use my ultimate almost instantly because you're able to get Junkrat's ultimate back up extremely quick. Therefore, using it the second you get it is like almost ideal. Now, there's some times where you want to hold on to it for a few, but then sometimes you want to use it almost the second it's ready to go. But that's where you gotta play with it, because not everyone's game is different. But this is how I did it, and I've done pretty well on them. Won quite a lot of games. I've lost a few games. Now, would I say go junkrat all the time? No. I am definitely not playing junkrat after this anytime soon. That's probably a lie. Junkrat is, while he is a character that takes almost no skill to play him effectively, it takes quite a bit of skill. Now, you could get lucky, or you could just be hitting every button on your key to make it look like you're doing good, but you can tell when a junkrat player is doing good and doing bad. Like watching my first game that I played and watching my last game that I played, you can see I did a few things the same, like using my landmines a little too much to get close in the first game, and then using them a little bit at the end game to back up and to go around people to deal damage. And you can see that my trap placement's been better, my land placement's been better, and how I use just all of my stuff. My rocket launch, my RPG, my grenade launcher, and everything like that. It's all changed for the better. But do I think anyone should main Junkrat? No. He's an annoying character, but he's not an easy character. So the next time your friend says, "Oh, stop being Junkrat, he's the easiest character, they take no skill," you can send them this video and say, "Hold on, Junkrat takes a little skill."
Thanks, mate.
Round 2, 1.
Hello.
The objective is now active. Claiming the objective.
Enemy over here! Systems hacked! Over here!
My ultimate is ready to be unleashed. Taste of poison.
System compromised.
I'm on fire!
Kudos for trying, Wade.
Oh, and cooking with gas. Enemy here.
Soy intocable!
Okay, well, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. It's a little different than what I normally do, and it's definitely not something I would probably continue to do it because I really like doing this. It was really fun, but the next time I do it, I'll probably have some friends because it was really boring just to play by myself. But it was extremely fun, and I will 100% play this again and do something like this. I'm already starting another one as another character who I would say is pretty good. Not bad, he's not good, but he's okay. Now, if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you are new. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, but if we hit 1,000 subscribers before that, we'll do something special. What special? No clue, but when we do something special, we will. Also, in the description, a link to a Discord server that I have. I stream there sometimes, and I'm just there to talk and hang out. So if you guys want to join that, come say hi to me, or just join it and just say something really weird and then leave. Go ahead. Maybe you guys will be in some videos. And with that, at the end, I will see you all later. Peace out and bye bye.
Inside our proceeded directly to a kill streak. Don't tell anyone.
Ready to activate the EMP.
The pleasure is mine. This track we should probably have done some
Surrender to my will.
Into the unknown.
Overwatch, you'll never take me alive.
Double.
Really asked for my